As a growing or new streamer, there are a lot of things that can happen that can make you feel unnoticed or unloved, and those things can lead to you being extremely discouraged to where you just want to wrap yourself up in a blanket and watch a bunch of TV. But in today's video, we're going to talk about why you shouldn't do that, and instead how you can beat those common pitfalls that make us get really discouraged about our content. What's up guys, it's ashnichrist and welcome back to my channel where I teach you to pursue your dreams and learn to stream. And if that's something you're interested in, hit that red subscribe button down below so we can hang out some more. Alright, now let's talk about how to beat discouragement on Twitch. My first tip is to stop comparing yourself to other creators. There might be creators that are doing things that you wish you could do, or that have the same idea as you and are starting to implement it. You might get a little jealous, or you might see their journey and everything that they've done and be upset or feel like you can't get to that point. Everyone started at ground zero. Everyone started at 0 subscribers. Comparing yourself to another creator is like comparing a blooper reel to a highlight reel. It just doesn't make sense. They're not the same thing. You are a different person with your own unique values and your own ways of creating content, and you are still valuable and still cherished and can be loved on this platform as long as you put the work in to grow your community. A quote I heard that I can't remember where I heard it, but is really great for the situation is, "Comparison is the grim reaper to success." And what that means is that when you're focusing on somebody else's success, it means you're not going to be able to find those opportunities and work towards your own. Thinking things like, oh man, that person's way further ahead than I am, or maybe I should be here, they were here whenever they were my size, will kill your drive to continue. Don't do it. You are your own person on your own journey. My second tip is to stop spending all of your spare time streaming. It's really easy to fall into the trap of seeing all these really established creators that are streaming maybe 10 hours a day and thinking, oh, as a smaller creator, I should be doing that too because that's gonna get me to where they are. They have been probably streaming for years, and if not, they might have already had a community somewhere else that they brought onto the platform. You don't know their specific situation, so trying to copy what they're doing, their exact rhythm, is not going to work for you. What I actually recommend that people do is spend less time streaming and more time planning your streams. Make your streams events, make them extremely fun, make them something weird and unique that people haven't seen before. You won't be able to do that unless you spend the time figuring out what those things are, and that can sometimes take a lot of time, especially if you're newer to the platform or if you're just a little inexperienced with content creation. A big thing here is focusing on making other types of content. So it's not just about streaming on Twitch when you're trying to build an online community. It's about building a brand. And this is actually my next tip, which is build a brand, not a stream. If you've watched my other videos, you've probably heard me say, don't build a church, start a religion. And that's exactly what this is. You're not looking to just create a Twitch stream. You're trying to build an entire community, and so many other places can feed into that. You've got YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of these places you can go live on too. So it's not necessarily that you just need to focus all of your attention on Twitch. You need to come up with a solid plan for doing that. It's all about finding the place where your content really resonates and then delivering a ton of value in that place. And I guarantee you, if you're a newer streamer, your place isn't only going to be Twitch. You need to be focusing on other places as well. I really help out a lot of people with this, and finding a strategy that works for you is super important. So if you guys are interested in kind of learning more about this and figuring out a strategy that's going to work for you, head over to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/ashnichrist. I'll leave the link down below. You can get one-on-one coaching and like mentorship sessions with me so we can really just nail this down and figure it out for you. Because finding a way to build a brand and not just a stream can take a lot of time and effort and research, and I know that. And that's actually our next tip, is that you need to take time for yourself in all of this too. If you're going to get discouraged because you are just working all the time and you're not seeing many results from it, like maybe you're throwing a lot into the platform but you only consistently have 3 to 5 viewers, and you're gonna get discouraged and burned out extremely quickly. So it's totally okay to take time off. And it's actually better to do this because when your community knows that you consistently take time off and you grow a community that has that in mind, they're going to be less likely to leave you and to get upset at you later for taking that time off. Taking time to yourself is super important for you to be able to have stories and get your energy back to the level that it needs to be at to be able to come back to your community and just really hit them with a bunch of awesome energy and content. Another thing that you can really focus on is my next tip, which is helping others. It is so fulfilling to find ways that you can help get other people's content out there more, or help them figure out problems with their channel, figure out opportunities for them. And providing that help for people not only makes them more excited to help you in return, but it's also just extremely fulfilling. That's like our reason to be on the planet, right? Is to make it better than it was whenever we have to leave it. It's so, not to get, oh my god, this is getting so deep and I'm sorry, but it's so true. It's so important for us to help each other and be there for each other every single day. We definitely have to find that balance of taking time for ourselves and also helping others, because it's really easy to throw too much of ourselves into not only helping others, but also just into streaming in general. And that's where my next tip comes from, which is to pace yourself. It is very easy to throw everything you have at Twitch, stream 10 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3 to 5 people, and then get discouraged because you're not pacing yourself. Every large streamer started from 0 followers. They had to progressively grow and get bigger over time. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not something that you can all of a sudden throw all this time into and you have everything set up perfectly, and then that's just the way that it is and you just stream forever and it's done. Streaming is something that you're constantly building on and you're constantly working towards getting better at, and it will never stop. You are always learning and always implementing new things. So it's totally okay to pace yourself and really get to know one area of the platform before moving on to the next. If you're super new to this, just learn the technical side of it. Just turn on some equipment, learn more about it, and then focus on the audience interaction and everything else that comes later. This is a sequential path. It's about learning new skills that build on themselves, not trying to learn everything at once, because you will overwhelm yourself and you'll get very discouraged very quickly. My next tip is to fall in love with the process, not the results. And this is so huge with content creation in general. A lot of people jump onto YouTube or Twitch, it could even be social media, Instagram or Twitter, and expect just instant attention and instant fame. We all know that that's not the way that it works, right? You don't just jump on a platform and you immediately take off. It takes a lot of work, and it takes you figuring out what makes you different and what makes you stand out, and that takes work too. And so falling in love with the process is super important, because you're never going to be finished. Content creation isn't one of those things where you just magically arrive at the goal someday and then it's done. There's always another goal and there's always something for you to build on. Falling in love with that process is so important, because if you're results oriented, if you're only focusing on getting that one goal and that's the one thing you're focusing on, you will get discouraged extremely quickly whenever you aren't meeting it fast enough, or you're not meeting the goal in the way that you wanted to meet it, or any other weird little rules that you set yourself to. The process is so important. The process is content creation. That's what you need to love if you really want to be a successful creator. And my next tip is to be more selective about the energies that you surround yourself with. Once you start paying attention to either the people that are bringing negativity into your life or the situations that are bringing negativity into your life, and you start leaving those people and situations behind, you will just naturally be a more happy person and you will naturally be less likely to get discouraged. Surrounding yourself with the people that are similar to you and the people that are positive and bring positive experiences and emotions into your life, so important to being a successful creator, because those people will literally keep you going. They will keep pushing you towards that goal whenever you're feeling a little discouraged. And those are the places that you want to be, because it prevents you from going to this place, right? I see a lot of people getting discouraged with streaming because they feel like they need to hit a goal at a certain point, and that's just not how it works, right? We need to fall in love with the process and fall in love with creation and fall in love with the community, and then we'll be happy no matter if we hit our goals or not. And that's what we should all aspire to be. Let me know down below in the comments how you guys like to beat discouragement on Twitch. And if you're new here, slap me on the face right below this video for videos every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday on how you can pursue your dreams and learn to stream. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!